Hi everyone, it's me again. But this round, I bring you guys a good news. Yamaha just launched a new firmware update for XX920 and also XX720. So the current version that I'm using right now is the latest version from Yamaha. So you can see, I'm not sure whether you can see it right here. It shows 1.11. That is the latest firmware update. And the update just launched yesterday. But why I drag until now, only I make a video, is because I want to try the firmware and to see the firmware actually fix the issue or not. And apparently it fixed the issue. That is good for Yamaha and it's good for all the Yamaha XX user. Alright, so this is the latest firmware. I will post the link for the firmware update in my description box later. So the new firmware update actually they only tackle one thing, I believe, and that is the sustain issue for left, right 1, right 2, and right 3 channel. On my previous video, I do mention that when I holding down a sustain on the one of the channel right here, and if I turn it off, even though I holding sustain function, it will cut straight, and that is not normal. That is not normal for Yamaha keyboard. I do admit that it's pretty normal for other manufacturer. Okay, for example, I used to have a cork keyboard before, and that is pretty normal on cork keyboard. It's because from the previous gen, like for example i3, or the PA series having the same issue. That is not a bug. That is like some sort like a feature for cork user. And for me, Tally, also I encountered the same issue. So that is pretty normal. But for Yamaha, it's not normal because I used to play with a lot of Yamaha keyboards before, and I never encountered this issue on all the models except for the new XX series. And also, there are people reporting that the current Genos 2 are also having this issue. And unfortunately, okay, as of today is actually December 6th. There's no update for Genos 2 yet. So I think for Genos 2 user, you have to wait for a while. Or I'm not sure whether they will release a firmware for Genos 2 or not, because apparently very less people report this issue. Okay. And I make a video previously, and Yamaha Japan noticed this video, my previous video, and they know that this is an issue for Yamaha. So I'm glad to report that that issue has been solved. Kudos to Yamaha. Okay, this is what I like about Yamaha, because Yamaha keyboard they made the best sounding arranger. In my opinion, they make the best sounding arranger. They have the best style engine on all the models, and the sound is, I don't need to say much about the sound. The sound is crystal clear. It's high quality voices. Okay, I'm so sorry for my English. Okay, because in my country, in Malaysia, English is not it's not my first language. So I'm so sorry about that. But I believe that you guys can understand my English. Okay, but one thing that you have to understand is the problem solved. Okay, the issue solved. Okay, so if you want to buy a Yamaha keyboard, or especially for the new XX series, by all means go ahead, because once you purchase a unit like this, you install a new firmware update, or I believe for the new for the new batch, they will be shipped with the current version, so you don't need to worry about the issue anymore. So if you want to buy Yamaha XX series, this is the best time to buy, because I don't for this for today, I keep play the keyboard. I don't notice there's any issue, any big issue, but there still have some minor bugs. Okay, so I want to share with you the bugs. These are pretty minor. but it doesn't really affect your playing. Okay, on the previous firmware for pitch bend, the joystick in general, when you push, okay, when you push up to modulation section, there will be a problem that the modulation will stuck at certain number. Okay, they won't be exactly zero. Okay, maybe it's the gyro. I believe there's a gyro issue on the joystick, or it's the firmware. Okay, because for this firmware, even though now if I play with modulation, it's kept at zero, but I do notice sometimes it will stuck at number 4 or stuck at number 2, either plus or minus. So this issue pretty it's actually from the first firmware, okay, when I bought the unit, and I'm lucky enough to receive this keyboard. This is actually the first batch. Okay, the first batch I bought it when they launched this keyboard. So this is the first batch that I got. So the pitch bend, the joystick issue has been the same, even though now, okay, yes, now you can see it's stuck at number 1 right here. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you can see it's stuck at number 1, but when I push it up, it backs to 0. But if I push down, it's stuck at number 1. Sometimes it's number 2, sometimes will be number 4. It depends on which day I play or which time I play on the keyboard. So it won't affect anything. Okay, it's just that, like, to me, I'm OCD about everything. So yeah. So these kind of things are not really affecting your playing. See, now it's stuck at number 1, but if I push a bit to the up position, now it's 0. If I push down again, it will show number 1. Okay, it's not a huge issue. It's not a deal breaker like last time for the sustain issue. This is not a deal breaker, so don't worry about that. It doesn't really affect the playing for this instrument. So again, don't need to worry about that. The rest of the functionality, I don't see any bug, okay, or I not yet see any bug. Okay, so to demonstrate the sustain issue has been solved. Okay, so now I have a piano and string voices right here for my right 1, right 2. I don't need to demonstrate right 3 because it's gonna be the same. And for assignable, this assignable light right here, I assign it to my sustain. So every time I play with my sustain pedal, you can see that it turns red. That means you guys will know that I'm actually holding the sustain. So let me play a simple tune. I'm not a good keyboardist. I'm not a good player. So please bear with me on this. So I will play Love You More Than I Can Say, piano version. So the first verse and the first verse, I will play only the piano, and I will play chorus using strings. And after I finish with my chorus, I will back to verse. I will turn off right 2, and you won't hear any drop out. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm not a good keyboardist, so I did make some mistake. But as you can hear, there's no drop out when I change to different section. Another example that I can show you is, I will show you when I play a style. Okay, of course, my channel, I do play a lot of Chinese song, especially Chinese oldies, and my channel I won't say my channel are new. I've been running this channel since 2013, and I also won't consider my channel as a huge channel. I would say that there are some group of people they like to enjoy Chinese song, especially for Chinese oldies. So they will subscribe to my channel. So if you like whatever I do on my channel, please consider a subscribe. That will be help. Okay, and I do play a lot of Chinese songs. So if you like Chinese song, again, please subscribe. Okay, right. So let me select a style, and there are so many great styles on the new model here. So what I will do is I will play with one of the OTS, and I will switch between right one and right two, and you won't hear a drop out. Okay, so this is a Chinese song called 选择. Okay, it's a very nice song. Okay, so I will play a small tune with intro, and then I will play uh, uh, the whole phrase, and then you will hear there's no drop out when I switch to different channel. I think as you can hear, there's no drop out when I switch to different channel, and that is awesome for this style of keyboard. And I believe people who buy Yamaha keyboard mainly because of this feature right here, because this feature is only available on Yamaha keyboard. I don't see any other brands you can switch right one right two like how you switch it on using Yamaha. And in Malaysia, there are lots of people using this method to play piano and string. So these functions are considered very important, especially for Malaysian user. Okay, these functions are really important, and also when you set it to registration. Okay, so for example, I have a number of registration. As you can see, there will be a different section, different channel. So if I play with sustain pedal, and if for example now I turn on right 3, but my second registration is only for right 1 and right 2. So in the past, what will happen is if I holding down sustain pedal, and if I change it to registration 2, it will tend to cut off my right 3. So that is pretty annoying. Yeah. So now the issue has been solved. And for those who want to buy the new XX series, you can start purchase now. No need to worry. I don't see any bugs here already. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Please consider a subscribe if you like my channel. Goodbye.